In a minute or two, we'll start with grounding exercise and meditation. I told you about tracing the palm. I hope that helped a little bit. When we start the meditation, I'm going to give you some instructions uh, on how to take a deep breath. You're going to take a specific kind of deep breath. The kind of deep breath we're interested in is supposed to circulate your tidal volume, the amount of air that is stored in the lungs between every inhale and exhale. Some amount of air does not move as much. There's a concept. I mean, it's air, it can't, but it does work like water, it's fluid. So we're going to take a really deep in breath to the point where we get a little uncomfortable. As soon as you start feeling uncomfortable, you stop. That's the sign. We look for the discomfort. The first time you feel a discomfort, if you feel like you can hold that discomfort and still keep breathing, use your belly, use your chest, to the point where you think this is okay, right? That just to a point where it's uncomfortable, but it is in your capacity. You don't feel like if you go farther, it is going to hurt you or anything. Okay, and the in breath is going to be from the nose. It's going to be a long in breath, and the out breath is going to be from the mouth. Again, we're trying to empty our lungs as much as possible. Only one time we're going to do this. We're not going to repeat it. Just one time. When you breathe out of your mouth, try and see if you can vocalize that in some way or sensationalize that in some way. So it could just mean something like a, it could be a whistle, it could be a slight murmur, whatever feels comfortable, whatever comes naturally to in that moment. Don't think about it much right now. I'm just telling you, there are a lot of possibilities. Whatever you feel like, you can change it also midway. Whatever works for you, that is going to be the exhale. Okay, so a deep inhale, I'll tell you when to start, don't start. I'll tell you when to start. A deep inhale when I tell you to start. Inhale till you're uncomfortable through the nose. Long, take slow, long inhale. And then a slightly faster exhale, a slightly faster from the mouth with making some sound, some vocalization, some friction that you're aware of. It does not go silently. Cool? Everybody's understood what we're supposed to do. Awesome. So let's go. Let's take a really deep breath, an uncomfortable breath, as deep as you can go. Use your chest, use your belly, and then when you're ready, release from your mouth. Return to your regular breath. You can keep your eyes open and stare into nothing. You can close your eyes, whatever is comfortable for you. Get into a comfortable posture. If you feel like lying down, you can lie down. You can switch off your camera, you can switch off your mic. You just go and do meditation. You don't need to do anything but to be. Okay, so whatever is comfortable for you, get into that comfortable state, comfortable position, comfortable posture. Feel like sitting down, you can sit down. If it is comfortable for you to stand up and walk around, you can stand up and walk around. Just see what is the most comfortable, what is the most natural push inside you. This is what I want to do. I want to walk around, I want to stand up, I want to lie down, I want to sit down comfortably, sit straight, whatever is there. Just don't make yourself uncomfortable. Don't force yourself to do something that you think is good and the best, or you've learned from before, or whatever those ideas are. Just feel into what is comfortable. You can close your eyes, you can soften your gaze, you can keep your eyes open, whatever works for you. Just paying attention to a normal, natural breath. Be paying attention to the slight amount of effort that is being taken by the body right now. by your chest, by your shoulders. Extra effort they're taking to breathe. Relax them. So you're not making any effort to breathe. Almost like that. There's no perfect goal, there's no perfect place where you're not making any effort, but you're reducing the effort you're taking to breathe. That slow, that natural, that easy. Just relaxing into the breath. If your eyes are closed, you know that you can open them anytime. Whenever you feel like, whenever, and that is a promise, whenever you feel like you can open your eyes if your eyes are closed. You just don't want to open it. For now, you're happy with your eyes closed. You're happy with your gaze, not fixated on anything. You're happy with your breath. Your shoulders are heavy. Shoulders are heavy. Feel that heaviness on your shoulders. Let your shoulders feel the weight of the shoulders and let them relax into that weight. Let your hands are heavy. Let your hands relax with that weight. Feel all that weight. And then feel your weight against the furniture, the bed, the chair, the floor, whatever you are on, whatever your body is touching, under you. Feel your weight pressing against that furniture. Feel the sensations of that contact with your furniture. The pressure, the weight, the touch, the vibration, whatever that is, intense, light. If it is steady, it is unsteady. There is different kinds of sensations in different parts of the body. It's pulsating, it is vibrating, whatever that is. Maybe you're not feeling anything. Not feeling anything is also a feeling, right? Numbness is also a sensation. Whatever sensation you have right now in those parts that are touching the furniture, just feel into those sensations. If there is any pain, there is that pain. It's been there, it was there before this, it'll probably stay after this. You know this pain. It can be. Stay with those sensations. Those sensations now have started transforming, have started percolating, have started dissolving, have started diffusing into the furniture, into the thing that you're touching. And they're like tiny, tiny roots, very feeble, very thin, very delicate roots sprouting from your body, entering that furniture. Roots of vibration, roots of sensation. The sensation is becoming roots and infiltrating and growing into and digging into the furniture. Imagine it growing really fast, going through the substance of the furniture to reach the floor, growing through the substance of the floor to reach the walls, through the walls to the ground if you're in a multi-story apartment. Imagine your roots have grown from your skin to the earth beneath the structures that you are on. Your weight has turned into roots. Your weight has turned into anchors that are growing slowly, slowly, rapidly sometimes, unevenly, just growing like roots, like as if you're a plant. And they've reached the earth, they've reached the soil, they've reached where the muck is, the water is, the earth is, the insects are, the worms are. And those roots are there. And they've grown. And they're holding you steady. Feel the anchoring of those roots. Feel how deep those roots are. Feel how deep those roots are. Feel how expansive those roots are. Feel how stable those roots are. Feel that solidity. of how your body is right now, held by your weight, held by your roots, held by your gravity. Into the earth is holding you. Imagine you are a tree. With these roots, your body has become a trunk. And then from the top of your head and your arms, imagine tiny, tiny leaves that are growing, sprouting branches that are spreading, growing tall towards the sun. Imagine you're a tree that is reaching for the sun. Imagine you're a tree with roots that are reaching deep into the ground. And as you pay attention to your leaves and your roots, imagine looking at the sun. You may have looked at the sun with your naked eyes. Imagine looking at the sun. Bright, blinding. You can't look at it for long, you have to close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, the sun leaves a mark, leaves an imprint that you can see for a long time. That slowly dissolves into patterns. Look at that sun. You're a plant. That won't happen to you. It's bright. It's giving you energy. You're taking energy from the sun, soaking it in. You're taking carbon dioxide from the air, soaking it in. And you're moving all of that through your leaves, into your trunk, and through that into the roots. And your roots are growing rapidly. Imagine everybody in this call is also a tree. Their roots are also growing, their roots are spreading, they're coming towards you, your roots are approaching their roots. And your roots are touching everybody's roots are touching your roots. You're intermingling, you mingling, you joining, you becoming a mycelium, a network, supporting each other. The air you breathe, the molecules that you take in are literally remnants of your ancestors. The earth that you're rooted in, that you're held in, is literally remnants of your ancestors. Not just humans, but before that, from the beginning of time. Your ancestors are here holding you. Feel the support, feel the stability, feel that love of your ancestors that are holding you. Feel the love of this container, the people in this container, this temporary community that we formed. Feel the support, you're supported. You're supported in community, you're supported by your ancestors. The earth is your ancestor. The earth is called Mother. Imagine she's cradling you, she's holding you. She's holding you like a mother holds her child, like your mother held your child, like your mother held you, like your mother always holds you, like your ancestors hold you, like you hold you. That's safe, that's taken care of, that's stable, that's steady, that's solid, that delicate, that loving, that caring. Earth is your ancestor. The earth has come from the sun. Go back to your leaves, feel the sun. The sun is your great grandfather. Everything came from the sun, everything right now. The sun is your ancestor. Your ancestors are here with you. In your body, in your cells, in your DNA. Every cell in your body is connected to your ancestors. Every cell in your body is connected to spirits. Every cell in your body. When you were a single cell, you remembered all your memories from the beginning of life. You remembered how to become from a cell into a fully formed human. All that information is present in your cells. Constantly helped, constantly guided, constantly supported, constantly loved. And imagine you are the tree, you are everything that has ever been, and you're dissolving, expanding, turning into a big ball of blue light. There's so much light radiating from you. Imagine that light has filled up your room. Imagine that light has filled up your city. Everybody can see it. It is bright. Imagine that light has filled up the earth. The earth knows you're here. Your ancestors know you're here. Spirit knows you're here. The sun knows you're here. Imagine your light spreading, enveloping the whole solar system. Imagine your light spreading, enveloping the whole Akashganga Milky Way galaxy. And you can keep going, it'll never end. The light just keeps expanding, keeps expanding. There is no limit to it. There is no point to chasing that light, following that light to its extremes. Imagine you know already you're that bright, that your light spreads through the whole universe. You already know. And with that knowledge, with that assurance, I invite the archetypes of the warrior. I invite the archetypes of the seeker. I invite the archetype of the speaker as well. I invite the archetype of the wanderer. I invite the archetype of the innocent child. I invite the archetype of the loyal disciple. I invite your curiosity. I invite your connection. I invite your creativity. I invite your imagination. I invite your happiness. I invite your love. I invite your peace. I invite your bliss to this container. And you can feel all of them in the sensations of the contact of the furniture against your body. Come back to these sensations. Come back to your breath. You're going to take 3 comfortable deep breaths, not uncomfortable ones. Comfortable, whatever that means to you. 3 comfortable deep breaths. Come back to your regular breath. You come back to your normal breath. Stay with your sensations. Stay with the sensations. Stay with the breath. Come back to the memory of the space you were in before you closed your eyes, before you zoomed out. And whenever you're ready, you can take a deep breath and open your eyes. If you noticed a thought, if you noticed an image, if you feel like noticing something, something was highlighted for you, you can write it down, you can note it in your mind, you can draw an image, a quick image, or you can just stay with the sensations. At this point, it'd be a good idea to take a sip of water. Okay, I guess everybody is back. If you need some time, just let me know with a reaction that you're here. If you feel like that you're ready, that we can continue. Awesome. Um, so what we're going to do today, this thing is called Meet the Sun, because what we're interested in doing today is to build a relationship with what we call overwhelm, what we call collapse, what we call chaos, what we see as our misery. And I'm going to present a concept, see if that makes sense. If you have any questions, I can answer those questions. The feeling of overwhelm is the feeling of, okay, this is becoming too much for me, whatever this is, whatever chaos, crisis, a collapse, survival mode, whatever that is, whatever, maybe you get triggered by something, maybe a memory has come flooded back in, whatever has happened, suddenly the experience of the psyche, of the body, is that this is too much for me. This is now going to take over, and something bad is going to happen if I allow this to continue. So, before that happens, before we even go there, I am going to shut this down in some way. I'm going to, because I know what happens when I go there. That's the feeling, that's the thought that I know this is not good for me. If I follow the end of this particular movement that is happening in my body, I'm going to pass out, maybe I'm going to die. Like if this grief is coming in, or this fear is coming in, if I allow this fear, if I don't fight this fear, if I don't do something about this fear, this anxiety, this grief, whatever is right now happening in my body, in my psyche, if I don't right now do something about it, which means if I don't look at releasing it, redirecting it somehow, if I don't put it into something, to channel it somewhere else, to use the energy, because fear contains a lot of energy, anxiety contains a lot of energy. Trauma is extremely powerful. Trauma makes us do things. Trauma can be used. Anybody can use. If somebody knows what my trauma is, they can use that trauma to get me into very heightened activation, availability of a lot of energy, fight and flight, fright, fawn, survival mode is very energetic, right? Like if suddenly a lion came in front of you, walking through a forest, and a lion came in front of you, what is going to happen, and what always happens in anything that matches that idea of I am in danger, is your muscles start tensing up, right? Because you're getting ready to either, let's imagine you're a little animal going in the jungle and there's a lion in front of you. To fight that lion or to run away from that lion, to do whatever you need to do, your muscles start tensing up, the muscle tension starts going up, your heart starts beating faster, you start breathing harder because your breath is going to deliver oxygen that is going to be used by the heart. The heart is pumping faster so that oxygen can be delivered to your muscles faster. and glucose can be delivered to the muscles faster, and all the toxins that are coming out of the muscles can be taken out faster, so the muscles become extremely efficient. Your body starts preparing, to use the muscles, so your body starts tensing out. And that happens even when a lion is not there, even when your situation feels threatening, your situation feels like there is something bad is going to happen. I am getting overwhelmed, which is something bad is happening. All of us know this experience, if I'm correct. All of us know this experience. You're here because you know this experience. And at different points in life, we've tried different things. There was a time when if I would get extremely overwhelmed, my then partner was given instructions to give me a particular pill. And I would have that pill and I would pass out. I would wake up 9, 10 hours later. It was sedative, right? I would sedate myself. Some people sedate themselves clinically, some people sedate themselves unclinically. Like a friend of mine would use cold medication to sedate himself to sleep. Some people, I have also done that in the past, have alcohol. Like I'll have 2 strong pegs, I'll shut these thoughts down and go to sleep. Sometimes this is the strategy that clinicians prescribe. This is the strategy used in psychiatry to give you that break, to sedate you, so you're not overwhelmed by the overwhelm itself, if that makes sense. If this makes sense, there is something called fear, and then there is something called fear of fear. Oh my God, fear is happening. Oh my God, I'm afraid. Oh my God, now what is going to happen? Oh my God, the last time I was afraid, this had happened. Oh my God, the last time I was afraid, I was this kind of afraid, this was happening in my life. Oh my God, this sensation that I'm experiencing right now of being afraid in this moment is the same sensation, is the same event that had happened all the times in my past when I was equally or similarly afraid. All the memories, all the experiences that match this current experience in my body are now in my mind. And I cannot hold all those stories. I cannot hold all those stories. So one way I did this, and this is something that we're going to attempt. You will have a different image. I'm giving an example. One way to work with this overwhelm was where I sat with this overwhelm and I started paying attention to the sensations in my body instead of going into the individual stories, because the stories will come out. When you start focusing on the discomfort in the body, when you start, even now as I'm talking, there are parts of you that are getting uncomfortable a little bit. Okay, that might happen. Just stay with it. Just breathe and pay attention to a sensation. If it gets too much, you can comment. Okay, just comment. Just say this is getting too much for me, and we can do something about it. As long as you're able to hold the discomfort, like that uncomfortable breath that we did, just stay with that and see if you can hold these ideas. So the stories start coming back the moment you start talking about something, the moment you start paying attention to your anxiety, the moment you start paying attention to your fear, the moment you start paying attention to your pain, the moment you start paying attention to your discomfort. The feeling of overwhelm, the moment you start paying attention to the feeling of overwhelm, the feeling of overwhelm is the experience of holding all the matching stories. All the matching stories, not just the events of what happened, but also the vibes, the feelings, the somatic sensations, the emotions of what was happening at every given memory. It is an experience akin to time traveling at all those events at the same time, at different times in your life. You suddenly transform, you're suddenly moving to multiple timelines in your life, multiple ages in your life, multiple events in your life, and you're experiencing all those events, all the memories of those events, all the incidents, all the stories of the event, all the sensations of the event, all the emotions of the events. And your mind is trying to hold all of that together. It is trying, whether you like it or not, whether you suppress it or not, whether you distract yourself with TV, with medication, with meditation, with breathing exercises, with somatic exercises, whatever your coping mechanism is, if we don't do that and we look at what is my mind, what is me, what is my psyche trying to do, my psyche is trying to pull all the records of experiences that match this current experience. And because this experience itself is painful, especially when it is painful, especially when it is uncomfortable, especially when you're triggered, and that is important. Getting triggered is important. When you get triggered, your system knows this is important. This is important stuff that you have to pay attention to. That is your programming. This is important. So paying attention to that, you need to pay attention to that. Your mind needs to pay attention to all those patterns, to squish those stories, to merge, to compress all those stories into one story, into one pattern, one abstraction that you can actually hold, that can actually show you. You've heard so many times, right? The pattern repeats itself until you learn. The pattern repeats itself. There is a loop. You're stuck in a loop. Everybody's stuck in a loop. There's an overthinking loop. There are all these things that happen that take over, that we have no control on, that seem to just take charge, and all you can do is resign to it, like give in to it, like yeah, okay, fine. We build all kinds of relationships with our misery, except paying attention to the fact that we don't like misery. Like it is okay, it's not that bad. You know, why am I miserable? Why am I not miserable? I should be thankful, grateful for all the things I have. I should focus on that. I should focus on self-care. I should focus on something. Why am I focusing on this? Is a denial of I want to focus on this. I want to give attention to the fact that this is miserable. I don't like it. So if we can tap into that I don't like being miserable. And every time I'm getting overwhelmed is also the time when I'm getting miserable. Because I'm getting miserable, my psyche is interested in pulling all the records to do diagnostics real time. You're trying to diagnose what is happening in a very abstract way, in real time, by time traveling to all the memories that match this current experience. That is what is happening in the overwhelm. So there is a little clouding, there is a little mixing, there is a little confusion in which came first. Did the overwhelm come first, or did the misery come first? Is the misery causing the overwhelm? Is the overwhelm causing misery? Because it is very easy to get confused because they come so close to each other, they come together. Because if you notice, every time your life drives you up against the wall, every time life takes you to a place where seemingly there are no options, right? There are no options. And you start looking at what is happening. In that chaos, usually there is a massive chaos. If you can go back to any memory of any chaos in my life, because if you're here, you've faced chaos before. Absolute, mind-bending, overwhelming, exhausting chaos. Like, you're not sure if you'll be able to handle this. Back-breaking chaos. Like, you can't get out of bed. You're hurting all over. You have pain, you have inflammation. God knows what is happening. You have fever. Your life is not working out. Everything is falling apart. Everything is scattered. That is the time when that has happened, is the time when your intuition is allowed to. When you take charge. When you really take charge, you follow your intuition, you step into your power, you take decisions from that knowledge, from you, and not from the conditioning, not from the trauma. Because all that trauma and all that conditioning has become useless in the face of such absolute chaos. In the face of being driven up against the wall, you do the one thing that you would normally not do. Right? You're open to making mistakes. You become open to listening to your instinct. You become open to questioning all the rules and authorities around you. And you open to expressing yourself freely. And you always save yourself. You always save yourself. You always save yourself. You know exactly how to save yourself, and you save yourself. You're very good at protecting yourself. You're very good at saving yourself. So with that in mind, you're very good at taking care of and protecting yourself. You are absolutely brilliant. That mechanics is wow. You're very good at that. So if you actually get overwhelmed, if there was something called overwhelm that will take you over, that will take your psyche over, that will fill you up, and you will be engulfed by it, and it will take over, and it will completely take over. If you ever approach that point, you will pass out. I promise you. You will faint. That is guaranteed. And if you're here, I'm pretty sure that that has at least happened once in your life. Things became so too much that you just fainted. Your nervous system kicked in and was like, okay, no vision, nothing, let's fall down. That or an experience between, you dissociate completely. You dissociate completely. You completely immerse yourself in a series or a show. Identifying with a character, you switch off, you go into hermit mode, you don't pay attention to anything, you just do this one thing. That is very intelligent. It knows exactly how to save you, it knows how to protect you. So, first thing before we do this exercise is to understand that you've got your back. You've always got your back. If you go back to your life, if you pay attention to in this moment, try to access any point in your life, if you can look at that, you will see that every significant, insignificant, every event in your life, everything that happened to you, everything that has been happening to you, it's just the story, it's just the roadmap of your intuition trying to talk to you. It's like every time you have a decision to make, your intuition tells you one thing and you're like, whoa, not that, I don't like that. I can't do that. There are so many things that, that are not acceptable, I can't do this. You know what to do. That's the fun part. And you know that you know what to do. Every time this has happened, you've known what to do. You didn't do that until it was necessary. And this is not, I'm not accusing you. This is not blaming and this is not shaming. This is recognizing that you know this. You've always known this. You've always known that your overwhelm is trying to show you an abstraction, trying to diagnose and fetch information. For me, the vision was that I had transparencies. Every story, every event in my life, I saw them turning into transparencies on which somebody had drawn stories with OHP markers. And as they squished, as the transparencies were laid on one top of the other, and I looked from one side, all those images, all those stories had merged into a new image, a new story. Which is where then the abstraction, the archetype, the symbol, the pattern becomes available for your imagination to see. So the way to go into this abstraction, one way to go into this abstraction is to go and sit with every story that has happened. That is what therapy and a lot of self-work is about, right? You sit with every event, you examine every event, you talk about it in details, you examine in details and find what happened, why it happened. You go about all of that with each of those stories. You can probably go into each one story at a time, and that is overwhelming. That vulnerability is overwhelming. If I just telling your story right now in this call, like switching on your camera, switching on the mic, and telling one of the darkest, worst thing that happened to you is not pleasant. It's not good. So trying to do that with multiple stories is not going to be good. Every story is re-traumatizing. Every time you go into a story, you're going to experience the same event, the same trauma, the same story again. So the trick that we're going to use is to not go into those stories but stay with the sensations, because the stories are also in the body. The stories are also stored in an abstract form, in the form of a sensation, in the form of temperature changes, in the form of discomfort, in the form of pain, in the body, where no meaning is available, where your meaning making part can go quiet. So we're going to go into the sensations of the overwhelm. We'll try to. There is no necessity, there is no need to. The moment you feel like you don't want to, you can open your eyes when we do this. You can open your eyes, you can drop out, you can message me, my eyes will be open. I'll be watching you. So, but if you are able to hold that sensation, if you are able to ignore the stories, if you are able to stay with the sensation, you will find that you will start forming abstractions. You start forming abstractions. You will start seeing, and we want to do this actively. I'm going to guide you. We're going to go meet a future version of ourselves. I will explain how that works after we do it. When we do it, just trust whatever is happening. Just like the last meditation we did, you trusted, you went with whatever was going on, whatever I was saying, whether it was weird, whether it was whatever it was, you went with it. So just go with what your psyche wants to show you, whatever wants to appear. If you get visions, if you get images, if you get scenes, if that happens, great. If that does not happen, if you can get sensations in your body, that is also great. If you get an image, if you get some words, if you get a thought, if you get a memory, like if that is what happens, that you like, okay, this memory is significant, this is what I'm getting again and again. If that is what happens, that is what happens. Whatever happens, happens. So we're going to stay curious, we're going to stay open to what our psyche is trying to show you. And we're going to, before we do that, even before we do that, we're going to imagine right now, I want you to do this with your eyes open, if possible. Imagine a forest in front of you. Imagine a forest in front of you and imagine yourself as a ninja warrior, masked and swords and everything, and you're standing, you're kneeling on one knee, your fist is on the ground, you're ready for action, you're a ninja warrior standing outside a forest. Look at the forest. The forest is the sum total of all your problems, all your troubles, all your triggers, all your trauma, all your stories. The forest, that dark forest, is full of demons. And you look at the forest and you start realizing, I want you to keep your eyes open, please. I want you to imagine that forest is transforming. The sun is rising, it is becoming day, and in the daytime, all the things that you saw were demons, were birds and animals and butterflies. And the forest is loaded with flowers and fruits, and rabbits are hopping around. And the trees are tall, it is not dark. And you look at yourself, you're not a warrior, you're an explorer, you have a lantern, you have light. And you're standing and you're looking at the forest and you're not afraid, you're not going into a battle, you're not going into a war. You're not going to burn the forest down, you're going to explore it. It's your forest, you planted every tree. With your own hands, you planted every tree. You dug the ground, you put the seeds, you watered, you provided minerals, you provided manure, you provided everything for that tree to go from, every tree to grow. That whole forest is your creation. It is yours. You are the god of that forest. You fashioned it. You're not afraid of your own creation. You are not going into battle. You're not going to exorcise demons. That is not what this is. You do that in healing. There are no wounds to heal. There are no demons to slaughter. There is nothing to turn away from. Nothing inside you is malevolent. You love yourself. Nothing inside you wants to hurt you. Everything here, everything inside you, everything that you will encounter, everywhere that you will go is you. You've created it. Everything that we're going to do, the process, guided, active, somatic imagination. Somatic, active imagination. You want to do imagination. It's somatic because you want to use the sensations of the body to inform the imagination instead of the stories that we know. Because that we do all the time. We use all the stories from our past, we compress them together, we form an abstract, we form a template from all our fear, all our history and memory of fear. We compress all those stories, we create a template, and we take that template, that stencil, that abstraction, we place it on our future, and we imagine the worst case scenarios all the time. We're very good at that. You already know how to do this. Your creativity and imagination are right now in service of fear, if you look at it that way. So we're going to find out some new templates. We're going to find out if we can do something else with this, because you have this capability already. You are overthinking as fuck. You are anxious as fuck. You're afraid as fuck. That's a great thing. You know very well how to compress and derive meaning, abstract meanings. You know what your experience was like. You know what this world is like. Your assessment, your body's assessment of what your environment is accurate, is perfect. It's doing very well. Your anxiety is your best friend. Your fear is your best friend. It is beautiful. The whole system is beautiful. Your overwhelm is beautiful. So we're just gonna build a different relationship with our misery and our overwhelm, and we're gonna check how things work. We're gonna let our psyche show us things. We're gonna get into a slightly liminal space, but we're not going into an unsafe space. Everything is guided. The last thing, we want to take a break quickly. The last thing I want to say before we go on a break is because I'm 100% sure that everybody recently, if you haven't been in the past, at some point, or you will today, or you will tomorrow, you will have an extremely vivid, detailed dream. Very vivid dream. You will wake up in the morning, you will remember a dream. A very weird dream, very detailed, very vivid, colorful, very almost real but surreal, very strange. You know one such dream, if I'm not wrong. If you don't know, if you've not been paying attention, it'll come. You'll pay attention now. In the dream, all the objects, the room of the dream, whatever is happening in the dream, even if you're having a nightmare, whatever that dream world is created by your psyche, in your psyche for you. Every object, every person in the dream is just you. You create all of that, everything that they say, everything that they do, because your father cannot come in your dream, your mother cannot come in your dream, only you can. Your psyche picks up your father, mother, your friend, somebody as a symbol, as the best representative of an aspect of you, and turns that into an object, turns that into a person, turns that into a scene, an imagery, a dream. But that dream is safe because you created that dream. So we're going to dream actively. You will create the dream. Every character you meet in the dream will be you. The person dreaming the dream is also you. The person you'll encounter in the dream is also you. Everything that you'll see in the dream is you. Know that. Feel it out. Anything that happens, everything that happens is being done by you. Which means that if you make something that you don't want to look at, if you create something, if you imagine something that scares you, you're free to open your eyes and leave that dream. But if you can trust yourself and you can trust me and you can keep going, even if you feel uncomfortable, even if you feel scared, even if you feel like you shouldn't go further, this is the only thing you need to pay attention to throughout. The moment your body says no, accept that no, drop out of the meditation. The moment, as long as your body is like, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I know you can. You've done this before. You've done things like this before. You know how to switch off and switch out. Anybody has any questions before we go on a break? Awesome. So it's 3:30. I'll see you at 3:40 right here. 10 minutes. Please make sure you leave that space. Please make sure that you walk around a little, go to the washroom, do something, drop out of the space. You can keep your thoughts in, you can continue contemplating what we've just talked about, but just make sure you move. You get out of this physical space and come back. See you in 10 minutes. Just let me know with a reaction or something that you're back. Just get back to your breath. You can rub your palms together. Just get back to your breath. Paying attention to the breath. You can rub your palms a little on your lap, wherever they are. Just getting ready to go into a meditation. Get as comfortable as possible. If you feel like, just check, swallow and check if you're thirsty. If you're thirsty, have a sip of water. Check if your back is comfortable. If you need to lie down, please lie down. This meditation is nicer when you're lying down and absolutely comfortable, because remember, we're trying to dream. The more comfortable, the more relaxed you are, the easier it is to dream. Get super comfortable. Lie down, stretch, get cozy. If you need a bed sheet to cover yourself, do that. Whatever makes you nice, cozy, comfortable. If you fall asleep, if you feel like sleeping and not continuing, you're not able to stay with the meditation, that is a brilliant outcome. All outcomes are brilliant outcomes. So we're not looking for a specific outcome. There is a kind of guidance being provided, but what is going to happen is not what I'm going to say. What is going to happen is what you want to happen, what you want to see. So trust that. If your psyche is like, okay, this is a good time to sleep, it's a good time to sleep. If your psyche says, pay attention to this, pay attention to that. If nothing happens, nothing happens. There is no successful outcome. We're not looking for success. We're looking to make an attempt. We're looking to make an attempt. We're looking to get comfortable with our uncertainty also. If that is presented to us, if what is shown is uncertain, is not clear, you don't fully understand, you don't know what to do with it. Maybe it's just a vibe. Like you don't get anything except like a vibe, it was uncomfortable, it was weird, whatever that is, whatever shows up, whatever your system interprets it to be, whatever is true for you. Anything that happens is correct, is valid, is successful. The attempt is important. As long as we attempt, that's enough to give the body, give your psyche this signal that you're interested in this movement. You've already done this on the basis of thoughts. You've already listened to what was being said, some literal and some metaphorical. So we're going to just allow, just accept, just hold, just attempt to hold, not even hold, attempt to hold our imagination of what an overwhelm is. To be able to do that, your psyche is showing you what is this one thing, this one struggle, this one constriction, this one restriction, this one problem, however you see it, one weight, something that is weighing on you right now. It doesn't have to be heavy, it can be as simple as, for example, where I'm sitting, and I would like to show you. See, this is extremely chaotic. I don't know if you can see. This is chaotic. This is not a very neat, clean, organized space. So we're not expecting organized, structured, perfect sense. We're accepting confusion confusion, we're accepting lack of clarity, we're accepting meaninglessness, we're accepting imagination, we're accepting whatever shows up. With that expectation, with that intention that I'm only interested, I'm only curious in what shows up. And what has showed up, what has shown up is this problem, this trouble, this thing that I do, this thing that I don't like about myself, this thing that people don't like about me, this thing that has happened to me, this thing that I think I am or people say I am. This is weighing on me. I can feel it in my body. And I want you to follow that sensation. I want you to follow that sensation. If you need to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. If you need to keep your eyes open, you know the instructions. However, whatever is comfortable for you. Start going into the sensation of it. Not what happened, what the story was. Even if the story will come, it will flash. We're not interested in the stories. We're interested in the sensation of how this sits, how it sits in your body, where it sits in your body. If it doesn't feel like anything, doesn't feel like anything, but our attention, our focus is on our body. If you look at how sensitive your body is, right? If you look at right now also, you can feel the contact of the furniture on your body. In fact, you can feel the contact of the fabric of your garments, of your clothes on your skin. Your body is sensitive, your body can feel. Allow your body to feel the weight, the constriction. It could be like somebody's put extremely tight rubber bands around you. It could be like chains or ropes that are holding you back, that you're tugging against. It could feel like a heavy weight on your shoulders, on your back. Maybe a big backpack, maybe a massive backpack, like mountaineering backpack filled with rocks. It could be that, whatever that is, the sensation. Just staying with the sensation. If it is uncomfortable, breathe. Breathe. And notice, compare the sensation of this feeling, this weight, this constriction, this problem, this resistance, this oppression, this criticism, this behavior, this people pleasing, this overthinking, whatever that is, the sensation of that. If that starts feeling uncomfortable and overwhelming, compare it with the sensation of the contact of the furniture, compare it with the sensation of the fabric of your clothes on your body, compare the sensation, compare the quality of the sensation, compare the intensity of the sensation, compare the nature of the sensation. How different is this sensation from that sensation? More intense, more heavy, fluctuating, pulsating, palpitating like a heart, duk 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 duk. What is happening? In all that movement, in that qualitative difference, like this is more intense, this is heavier, this is more uncomfortable, etc., etc. It's more intense, more sensation, whatever that is. What is the nature of the sensation? If you're able to temporarily ignore the intensity and look at the nature, the actual experience of the sensation without the story, that this sensation means something, that the sensation is bad, that the sensation is good, that the sensation is giving me pleasure, that this sensation is painful, that this sensation is uncomfortable, I don't want this sensation, I want this sensation. If I take away all of that and I'm like, what is this sensation? How different is that sensation from the sensation of your clothes on your skin? It's a sensation, it is intense, it is heavy. Can you hold that sensation? Can you hold the sensation itself? If you did not have to hold the stories, if you did not have to go into those memories, they're there, they're coming. Look at those memories, look at those things, tell them, in a bit, I'll come back to you. I'll do these stories, I'll do everything. Right now, I'm very interested in the sensation for now. For now. If a story shows up, if the story is forceful, if something is trying to still be there, let them be there. Don't engage. They can be present. You can witness, you can watch that story, but let it play also. But focus on the sensation. Focus on the sensation of this discomfort. Focus on the sensation of fear. Focus on the sensation of anxiety. Compare it with the other sensations. Compare it with the sensation of the fabric on your skin. Compare it with the sensation of the furniture's contact with your body. And stay with those sensations. Just stay with the sensation. That's all you want to do. It's not something that you have to do. That's what you want to do. How much so ever happens, whatever happens. You just with the sensations. You breathe in nice, normal breath, natural, calm breath. Inside, you know how to breathe when you're sleeping. You know how to breathe when you're passed out. You know how to breathe. It's almost like you're not breathing, you're being breathed into. Like the earth is pushing air inside you through its atmosphere and pulling air outside you. That comfortable, that natural breathing. Just relax into that breathing and pay attention to the sensation. Not reacting to the sensation, not fighting it, not falling in love with it, not enjoying it. Just staying with it. Stories will come, stories will go, memories will come, thoughts will come, thoughts will go. Just trying to keep coming back to the sensation. Keep paying attention to the sensation of clothes on your body, to the sensation of the discomfort. Keep comparing, keep contrasting. Keep looking at the sensations only and only sensations. Whatever the language is, whatever the imagery is, if you get images, you get images. However your psyche makes sense of the comparison and the contrast, let it. And if you're able to accept it, you can see that you can hold this sensation. You can, if you stay with the sensation, if you don't go into the stories, you can stay with this sensation. You can breathe with this sensation, with this constriction. Even though this constriction is there, even though this weight is there, even though you can feel it, even though you don't want to feel it, it is there and you can hold it. Just stay with this sensation. Take a deep breath. Stay with the sensation, one deep, nice, relaxing breath. Stretch out. Stay with the sensations. Stretch. If you need to twist. If you need to move a little bit, move a little bit. Whatever. If you want to shift to accommodate, if you want to adjust for the sensation physically right now, you can. But stay with the sensation. Stay with your breath. In a moment, we're going to go somewhere. Stay with the sensation, the constriction, the weight, the problem, the thing you don't like, the thing that you don't want. That feels like chains, that feels like restrictions, that feels like knots, that feels like tight rubber bands. Feel that sensation. We're standing in front of a building, whatever that is, whatever the building means to you. You're standing in front of a building. It's your building. You look, there is a board, there is a stone, engraved stone that has your name on it. You can see that. Your name is written on that stone. Enter this building. It is your building, you've created this building. This building is safe for you. Enter, and in front of the reception, you see a lift, an elevator. You walk to the elevator, you walk to the lift, you press the button, the lift opens. You get in. I get in with you. I'm there with you. Wherever you're going, I'm there with you. If you don't want me to be there with you, you can imagine Akshata or Ankita. Any of them can go with you. You choose who you want to take with you. Whoever is available to you. But you can take me too. We're in the elevator and there is a down button and you press it. You press it, the elevator goes down, 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 deep into your psyche, deep into your imagination, deep into your core. And we've reached. And the elevator door opens. And in front of you, at a distance, there is a door. That door has a little glass, frosted glass window in the center through which you can see there is light. Whatever is beyond the door is bright. We're not going in, we're not opening the door, we're still watching the door. On the other side of the door is the version of you that has already shed this constriction, that has already shed this restriction, that has already successfully overcome the problem that you have now. Open the door, walk in. I'm gonna wait outside. Look around. Look around. Look at yourself. Look carefully. What are they doing? Are there other people there? What is happening? Where are you? What are you wearing? How do you look? What is your spine like? What are your shoulders like? What is your jaw like? How are you standing? How are you sitting? Make eye contact with yourself. What is that gaze? Make eye contact. Look at them. They recognize you. They know. They know who you are. They know. You know they are you. Look at their gaze. Look at their presence. Feel their presence. Feel their charisma. Look at who they are. Look at who you are. Approach them. Walk towards them. There are two chairs. Very comfortable chairs. They sit on one, you sit on the other. You're holding hands. Holding hands, gazing at each other. Feel their love. Give them your love. Look at them, look at them, look at them. Wow. They have a message for you. Receive the message. Whatever they tell you. Ask them, what lie did you have to give up to get here? What lie did you have to give up that I believe in right now to get here? What did you do? Whatever they communicate, however they communicate, whatever you shown, and if you get nothing, you get nothing. That's fine. Continue gazing, continue holding their hands. You get up and you sit in their lap. They hold you like an elder sibling, brother, sister, like a parent, you yourself holding you, sit in their lap. As you sit down, you start dissolving into them, they start dissolving into you. Dissolve and you occupy their body. And now, feel how their back feels. Feel how their shoulders feel. Look around. You are them. Feel how your jaw feels. Take a deep breath. Feel how your chest feels. Feel how they feel how you feel. Pay attention to the sensations. Feel yourself. You can't stay here forever. I have opened the door, I have come in, I'm calling you. And you come. And we go out. And you leave the room. Both of you, as one, leave the room. And we're going back to the elevator. Before the elevator door opens, I want to tell you, where we're going now, we're going deeper. We're going deeper. And you're going to meet the wildest version of you, the freest version of you, the version of you that has overcome every battle, every problem, is completely free, is fully free. The wildest one you would have never imagined, like the freakiest, weirdest, the beautifulest, the smartest, the wildest version of you we're gonna go meet now. You ready? Let's go. Elevator is open. Get in. Down button again. You have to press. Let's go. We're going down, 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 deep. Going. And the elevator is stopped. And the door opens. And you again have a door in front of you. Same door, similar door, different door, similar door. Light is coming out. On the other side of the door, I'm not even coming there. I'm gonna stay in the elevator. I'm gonna wait for you. So you're going alone. You're going. On the other side of the door is the wildest, freest version of you. Open the door, step in, look at them. Take your time. Absorb full attention. What are they wearing? How do they stand? How do they sit? What is their shoulder like? What is their hair like? What is their skin like? What is their smile like? What is that light that is in their eyes? What is that like? What is that naughtiness about them? What is that innocence about them? What is this beauty about them? Soak it in. Are there other people? Is something else also happening? What is happening? What is around you, behind you? Look around. They're already on a throne, and there's a throne for you. But you don't want that throne. You want to sit where they're sitting. So you go up to them and sit in their lap. Sit in their lap and ask them, what lie did you have to give up? Did I have to give up? Did we have to give up to get here? Sitting like a child looking up at a parent, looking at them and asking them, and they are massive. Suddenly they're bigger than you. They look at you with love and they tell you. And suddenly you start expanding, you start merging into them. But as you merge into them, you become their size. You occupy their body. There is a mirror in front of you. Look at yourself. Look at how you stand. Look at yourself. Take your time, walk up to the mirror, check out everything, check out. Check yourself out, please. Wow. Check them out. What is that? We can't stay here for long. We can't stare at the sun consistently. We go blind if we do that. But you have something now. And I'm waiting in the elevator. So come, walk out of here, open the door back into the elevator. And now there is an up button. Press that up button. You're going back, 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 back. Keep going back, 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 back. We reach the ground floor, the elevator door opens. You walk out, you walk past the reception, you walk out of the building. That engraved stone is still there with your name on it, but this time you see a number, a date, a number, a figure. Notice that. If you don't see anything, that's fine. Take your time, look at the building. Look at how beautiful your mind is. It's able to create a building to represent your own psyche. Admire the beauty of that building. Whatever it looks like, it's beautiful. It took effort, it took imagination. Take a deep breath again. Standing in front of the building, you've closed your eyes. And you've closed your eyes and you're paying attention to the sensations in your body right now. Where you are in the memory of this room, the sensations right now, you remember those sensations. Those were not new sensations. Everyone you met is not new, they're there in the background always. Every time there was chaos, every time there was collapse, every time there was overwhelm, every time things went bad, this is the sensation that showed up. Over a period of time, you got confused. You thought when these sensations happen, when my power starts showing, When my intuition starts showing, when I start showing up, chaos ensues. When I start showing up, rejection ensues. When I start showing up, punishment ensues. When I start showing up, fear ensues. But you show up when there is fear, you show up when there is anxiety, you show up when there is confusion, you show up when there is threat. Your power shows up. You've always had your back. The one thing, that one person, the one entity that always had your back, when nobody had your back, they always had your back, is the one thing that you don't trust anymore. You can trust it now. You can rebuild that trust. Take another deep breath. Feel. Do you remember how you felt before you went into this and now how you feel? Can you find the lies that you had to give up? Do you know what those lies are? Can you feel them in your body? Can you feel the message that the first version of you gave you, that you received? Can you feel that in your body? These little gemstones, nuggets that we've collected, hold them in your body. Bring your attention back to the sensation of the furniture on your skin, to the fabric of your clothes on your skin, to the memory of this room that you are in, to the memory of this container, this call, to the memory of my voice. Take another deep breath. And open your eyes when you're ready. Take your time, breathe, stay with your sensations. Take your time. It's 4:13 now. I'll see you at 4:20 for a closing. We close the container. 7 minutes from now, 4:20. If you're back, continue breathing, continue paying attention to your breathing and the sensations instead of all the thoughts that you have. If it helps, you can scribble, you can doodle, you can write. Anything that you feel like writing down, anything that you want to draw, anything that comes to you, and use that paper. Just let me know if you're here with reactions or something. So yeah, whatever showed up, if you want to jot something, you want to write something down, you want to doodle, now's the time to do that. Not to finish everything, just do enough that you can use it later. Because once we close this call, there's a ritual that I would like to recommend. Even though this does not include a ritual, you don't have to do the ritual, but I would like to recommend a ritual. The ritual is to create a creative piece, create something, whatever that means to you. If it means a sketch or something as elaborate as that, you can do that. If it feels like you want to write a poem, you can write a poem. If you feel like whatever that is for you, whatever your creative process is, whatever creative process your intuition guides you into, if you're not sure, just check your sensations. What do you feel pulled towards? And create something. Create something to anchor today's experience. It could just be a poem, some words that you write, a journal entry, something, anything, something that is manifested, something that is created, something that is concrete. If you feel called to or pulled to, if you don't, it's fine. The message that you received is for you and you only. First time I said they have a message for you, receive it before we ask them a question. Whatever you received is for you. Keep that to yourself. The lies that you had to give up on, the two lies that you had to give up on, one at each level. The second ritual I'd like to recommend, because I don't know if you gave up the lie today, I don't know. That could happen, right? or you will give up the lie tomorrow. Whenever you realize that you've given up the lie, I want you to have the lie written down. Whenever you realize you've given up the lie, just burn that piece of paper. You can do that safely, small piece of paper. Write them down today. Keep them. The day you realize that I am ready to or I have given up the lie, burn that paper. It's like a similar thing to what we did today. Same effect, same method. And I can only ask you to trust me on that. So two rituals, whatever you feel called towards. If you don't feel like doing that, if you can do that in your mind itself, you don't need a piece of paper, you don't need to burn it. You don't need the sensory experience of releasing something, of shedding something. That's also fine. You can do it just sitting here in the body, in your imagination. But it'll be amazing if you can do it in concrete physical ritual where you like there's some fire there, there's some paper there, and some things are written there. You know what you've written, you know what you're burning, you know what you're shedding. Your whole system, your intellectual mind, your subconscious mind, your nervous system, everybody knows what you're doing. So, so just communicating with your psyche through a ritual. Just communicating with your psyche that I'm ready to do this. You write that lie down, keep it aside, keep this intention in your mind that you will burn it down. If burning does not make sense, if probably if you're more attracted to air, right? You might want to go to a height and tear that paper into small shreds and just throw it in the wind. You might want to go to a water body and do a similar thing. You might want to release it in water, you might want to release it in air, you might want to dig up some hole in the ground and bury that paper. If burning is not your thing, you can do that. Whatever you do is valid. So, two rituals, those both lies, you have to, when you let go of those lies, let go of that artifact, that paper, piece of paper. Burn it preferably, but more options are available. And second, create something. Sit with this sensation that you've tapped into today. You can tap into the sensation again. This meeting is being recorded. I'll give you the recording. You can skip to the parts where the instructions are, and you can go do this again on your own. And that's something I'll talk about in a bit. Create something with that sensation, use that sensation, sit in that sensation, do the meditation again, sit in that sensation and try and make something. Let your intuition lead your creativity. It does not have to be pretty, it can be messy. Allow yourself to be messy, allow yourself to make mistakes, allow yourself to be imperfect, allow yourself to just be and let your intuition guide that creative piece. I promise you it will help. With that, we want to do a quick meditation to close the container. Just get comfortable, take a deep breath. You can close your eyes, you can soften your gaze. Take a deep breath again. And then take one more deep breath. And in front of you is you. How you remember yourself. In front of you, standing in front of you, you're watching yourself as you are now. You're standing, you're sleeping, you're sitting, whatever you're doing in that imagination, you're watching yourself. You're there. Look at your shoulders. Look at your spine. Look at their pain, look at the weight they carry, look at the weight on their back. Look at them, make eye contact. Look at them. Keep your hand on their shoulder. Keep your hand on their shoulder. Make eye contact. Gaze into their eyes. Gaze into their eyes. Tell them. Use my voice to tell them, I forgive you. You're forgiven. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you for the thing that you don't think you can be forgiven for. That still bothers you. I forgive you. You're forgiven. It's already happened. You're forgiven. Look at them. Give them all your love. All your love. I forgive you. I love you. I love you. I mean it. In my body, I can feel it. I love you. I love you. You've got this. Totally got this. I love you. Keep going. Keep going. You've got this. I love you. I love you. Unconditionally love you. You've got this. Keep going. On your left is a mirror. Look into that. You can see yourself now. You can see yourself now. You're not wearing any clothes. Completely naked, shameless, in front of you. Only in front of you. Nobody is here, it's just you. Completely naked. Look at yourself. Look at your spine. Look at your shoulder. Look at how beautiful you are. Look at yourself. So beautiful, so intelligent, so happy, so peaceful, so much in love with yourself. Look at yourself. Don't you love yourself? Look at them. Go look at yourself in the mirror. I love you. Keep going. You've got this. You've got this. Keep going. I love you. One hand on your heart right now, one hand on your belly. Give all this love, this peace, this happiness, this experience of you being you to yourself. Pass it on. Pass it. Imagine there's warmth, there's energy, there's vibrations from your hand going into your gut, going into your heart. Take a deep breath. Slowly move your hands such that both of your palms are in the opposite armpits. And hug yourself, squeeze yourself. whatever that means, nicely, warmly. Give yourself all the love that you've seen today, all the love that you have for you. Give that to yourself. I love you. Keep going. You've got this. I love you. Take a deep, deep breath, the deepest breath you've had in a long time. Lean into the ease, the comfort, the relaxation that you have available. I love you. Keep going, you've got this. It's not a lie, it's not motivation. You know it, you said it because you mean every word of it. I love you, keep going, you've got this. Slowly release your arms. Come back to the sensations of the clothes on your skin. Come back to the sensation of the furniture on your body. Come back to the sensation of this body, this room, the sounds you hear around you, the air, the temperature, the breath. Take another deep breath. Open your eyes when you're ready. I thank our ancestors. I thank the earth. I thank the moon. I thank the sun. I thank the archetypes that showed themselves. I thank the versions of me that accepted my need to connect. I thank every version of me that I connected with. I thank myself. I thank everybody in this room. I thank the sun again, bright as a sun again. I love myself. I've got this and I'll keep going. That's all, friends. You did it. We did it. We went somewhere, we came back. I'm sorry I took a little longer than I wanted to. Awesome. I will reach out with some information if this made sense to you. There are more things that we're doing in the same direction. I'll send you some information soon. I want to do that right now, but I don't want to. I'll send it to you later. And if you'd like to stay back and talk about something or share something, we can do that. But if you need to leave and you need to be somewhere, that is also okay because we kind of went beyond time. If you feel like sharing something, you feel like saying something, we can do that now. Thank you. If you have any questions, any meta context, if you need to understand the experience more intellectually, and you have questions like that, I'll be doing a lot of that on my Instagram profile. I keep doing that, active imagination, etc. If you're interested in, like, the goal we have is that you should be able to do this on your own. That's always the end goal. So, yeah, I'll send you information on that. There is some aftercare that you need to do now that you've done this. One is to pay attention to your hydration, like extra careful attention to your hydration so you don't get lost in your thoughts or sensations and stop drinking water. Whatever that means for you, extra attention to your hydration. And the next shower or bath that you take, at least rinse yourself with some salt water. Salt water can mean black salt dissolved in water, can mean Epsom salts dissolved in water, it can mean standard table salt dissolved in water. It could mean if you have a place where you can go and take a dip in the sea, take a dip in the sea. But one salt water rinse. And then your regular bath, that's it. One salt water rinse. Like what I usually do is I get a mug, put some salt, put some warm water, dissolve it, and use that to rinse myself once and then take my regular shower. I I'm not going to explain how that will work and why that will work. When you do it, you'll feel it. If you don't feel anything, that's also fine. Just take it as a suggestion. It'll actually feel good, I promise. It'll feel nice to do that. And please rest as long as you need. Stay with the sensations. Anything happens, go back to the sensations. You always have the sensations of your clothes on your body. If not the furniture, if you're standing, you have the sensation of the floor on your feet. Any of those, just use those, come back to your breath. You're going to be perfectly fine. You're super safe. You know exactly what to do. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly why you showed up here. And you know exactly what happened. Even if you can't articulate it, you know exactly what this is. So I'll see you next time. Until then, bye bye. Take care. Sleep tight. I wish you great dreams tonight.